Now for global business updates, Rotus Oddiri joins us. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Dr. Batsi. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning to all our viewers out there. We're beginning with gold. There was a big debut in Hong Kong in trading this morning. Zijin Gold International is the overseas arm of Zijin Mining, which is the biggest, I think it's the biggest mining company in China. And it's on the back, of course, on where we're seeing with gold being at over $3,800 levels. It's the largest IPO, initial public offering, that we've seen since May. They raised about $3.2 billion in trading this morning. The stock climbed about 60% in trading early this morning. So it's a pretty big IPO. And again, it's on the back of that image you just showed us now. On the back of gold continuing its meteoric rise, now 3,868. I mean, on Monday it was 3,824. It jumped again another 2%. It's up about 47% so far this year. Now, what does that mean? A lot of people now have been looking at the gold reserves of the 10 largest gold reserves in the world. With the US finding we're at 8,100 tons, followed by Germany, Italy, France, Russia, China, Switzerland, India, Japan, and Turkey. Now, because of balance sheets movements, the U.S. gold reserves are not marked to markets. They are still using a price of, I think, $42.20 back when Congress, put their gold in Fort Knox in Kentucky and then valued it. So it's valued at $11 billion. But if you were to mark to markets, the U.S. gold reserves would be worth over $1 trillion, but they can't, I don't know, because of, the Fed doesn't want to expand its balance sheet. They don't want to actually do the actual valuation. So that's where it is right now. From gold, I think we're going to get to, part of the reason why we've seen this latest jump in gold is because of the fear of a government shutdown and all that comes with it. So here's J.D. Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance, coming out of a meeting with Democrats where he essentially says, look, I think we're going to have a shutdown, and he's blaming Democrats for it because of healthcare and other things.
Now, I want to make one final point here. You will hear a lot from Senate Democrats, from House Democrats about the fact that American healthcare policy is broken. Well, we know that American healthcare policy is broken. We've been trying to fix it for the 8 months that we've been in office, but every single thing that they accuse about being broken about American healthcare is policy that Democrats have supported for the past decade. So if they want to talk about how to fix American healthcare policy, let's do it. The Speaker would love to do it. The Senate Majority Leader would love to do it. Let's work on it together, but let's do it in the context of an open government that's providing essential services to the American people. That's all that we're proposing to do, and the fact that they refuse to do that shows how unreasonable their position is. I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing. I hope they change their mind, but we're going to see.
Now, just for historical purposes, just so that folks remember, at least the longest, most recent shutdown we had was 35 days for Trump in 2019. So Clinton had a couple, not exceeding 21 days in 95. Obama had 16 days. Trump in his first term had about just 3 days. And so here we are on the verge of another one. The data that is at risk of being delayed with a shutdown includes the initial jobless claims for October the 2nd, 9th, and the 16th, non-farm payrolls for this Friday, the 3rd, CPI for the 15th, retail sales, and the producer price index as well. And of course, the markets will react adversely to that if they don't get any actual data. So we'll have to see what happens over the next 24 hours. Go to the UK. The Labour Party in the UK is holding their annual conference. Rachel Reeves spoke yesterday. Keir Starmer is speaking at about 2 p.m. He's got like the lowest poll numbers now of any prime minister in recent memory, and he's even getting challenges from within his own party. Rachel Reeves, she's talked for a long time, but there's one particular part of her speech where she talked about tough days ahead. And it seems like the government is hinting that they may have to backtrack on some of the promises they made on not raising taxes. So here's that clip of what she said yesterday.
In the months ahead, we will face further tests, with the choices to come made all the harder by harsh global headwinds and the long-term damage done to our country, which is becoming ever clearer.
Now, speaking of Europe, I mentioned, if you missed the show yesterday, we talked about Spain and how Spain had 3 upgrades, credit ratings upgrades. That's flowing into the markets as well. Spain, the IBEX 35 is the best performing index in Europe in this third quarter, up almost 10%. You can see Italy is not far in second place. Meloni is enjoying, they also got a ratings upgrade as well. In the UK, we just saw Rachel Reeves up about 6.15%. You got France, Switzerland, although Germany is down. So for those who are just, talk to your financial advisor as far as portfolio balancing is concerned. I think we round off with Electronic Arts. Okay, some history was made yesterday. Electronic Arts, the makers of FIFA, NBA Live, and so on, the video game maker, they are going private. This was their stock price. I think they closed about up 4.5% yesterday. They're being taken private by a number of investors, which includes Saudi Arabia's consortium. This is the largest leverage buyout in history. It's about $55 billion. They'll be paying $210 a share, which is a premium to the share price you just saw a few minutes ago. And if we look at the investors, well, Silver Lake, which was mentioned in the TikTok deal, is part of it. Saudi Arabia's PIF, their public investment fund. We understand the Crown Prince is a gamer himself. And then Jared Kushner, who of course is Donald Trump's son-in-law, is married to one of his daughters. His Affinity Partners company is part of that deal as well. But it's a pretty massive deal, and it shows that the markets are starting to warm towards big deals in the United States. Okay, now we get to Nigeria, so round off there. Bayo Ogunlesi, not sure if everyone remembers who he is. He's the CEO of Global Investment Partners. In case folks don't know, his company, it has about $100 billion in assets under management. They were taken over by BlackRock in January of last year. BlackRock paid about $12.5 billion. That's Mr. Hakeem Bello Osaige, a renowned entrepreneur with the president. They visited the president at his residence in Lagos. And so with all the infrastructure talk and the need for deals, it's encouraging to see him here in Nigeria. Who knows if there's an announcement to be made or what that means.
Well, thank you very much, Rotus. Unfortunately, out of time today, but we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.